Paul Ryan and Senate Republicans making big news this week. Let's talk about it with NBC's Chuck Todd, moderator of Meet the Press. Chuck, you know him as well as I do. Paul Ryan reemerging on the political stage, warning his party about identity politics and the woke movement, but also trying to redirect Republicans away from former President Trump, suggesting it's time to focus on principles, not personalities. Will it work?
No. In short, no. And I think even the former speaker knows this. This felt like a speech of something he wanted to get on the record, and perhaps he wants to be in what he perceives may be on the right side of history. But, you know, that if this is the goal, how he's going about it is probably not going to work. I mean, he's not the first person. I mean, Rick Perry in 2016 essentially made the same argument while running against Donald Trump, and then that guy ended up working in Donald Trump's cabinet. You know, he talked about Donald Trump as a cancer on conservatism. Paul Ryan's speech in some ways was making that same argument. So I don't, you know, right now, that wing of the party, and that's something else that Paul Ryan hasn't fully, I think, dealt with, is there are plenty of people inside the party that are not fans of Trump who also think that the type of conservatism that Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney were pursuing wasn't very popular either. And that wasn't, you know, when you talk about his Medicare and Medicaid proposals over time, they weren't popular, and they certainly were harmful to the Republicans back when they would be, particularly in the 2012 campaign, when Barack Obama essentially used the Ryan Medicaid plans as a cudgel against the Romney-Ryan ticket.
Right.
So I don't know how much influence a Paul Ryan has. The real question is, will we see more elected Republicans break away from Trump? It's pretty easy to be a former and break from Trump. It's a lot harder to be a current and do it.
Be sure to tune in to Meet the Press with Chuck Todd this Sunday at 8 a.m.
All right, Charles, thanks.